first communication, I guess, of the trip. We're here on the Eurotunnel, so we made it on good time. Matt was getting some modifications made to the vehicle this morning, and they're all done now. So Matt's there we go, current driver, and the plan is to try and get both heads in, to get across the channel and then head to Maastricht. We're hopefully meeting up with the guys at Bandito Espresso. Be very good, classic Chimbley M15 and a Fireman E61, and some very nice espresso, so we've heard. So we're looking forward to trying that. And just pan back to Matt. First coffee break. There we go. What does that say? Back to front. There we go.
Wrap your hands around me and enjoy.
There we go.
Message of the trip.
That's Matt's message of the trip there. So we're going to be posting on Twitter, Facebook. There'll be a big YouTube thing at the end, we hope. And but we're looking forward to this trip. But most importantly, to get the Granluce in Austria, which will be the main accomplishment and the main purpose of the trip.
Rob has to remember to drive on the correct side of the road. I'm a bit worried.
You're not worried? I'm worried that the sat-nav's not working yet. Still picking up the M20. Oh no! Is this? Oh no, it's now in France. That's good.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Okay, now you see, look, 17:24 estimated arrival time, which is 10 minutes later than what we want to be.
That's our estimated time arrival
So,
time now is 2:22.
195 miles. Rob driving in without a toilet break. Virtually impossible. This thing. Okay, we're in the car heading towards Maastricht, which is our first stop on via Granluce, and obviously Matt's next to me. I'm driving, so I'm going to keep focused on the road, but we thought we'd take this opportunity to talk a little bit about via Granluce. Hopefully you've seen the launch video on YouTube, which was great. We enjoyed making that. It's good fun, but there is actually a reason behind the trip. And while I just navigate this traffic, Matt's going to take the lead on.
I'd just like to say that it's raining in France. It was beautiful sunshine back in Folkestone, and now it's raining. Really quite upsetting. But the point of the Granluce is the fact that, with it being our centenary year, and one machine that kind of epitomises innovation and what Chimbley are all about, I think, is the Granluce, and the fact that it's the first machine, and the machine that introduced hydraulics into coffee machines. So whereas prior to hydraulics it had been all done through manual pressure and lever arch. So we felt it would be a perfect symbol to have at the coffee festival, and unfortunately, well, or fortunately, depends how you look at it, there's a 2,500 mile road trip to go and get it. But hey, you know, that's why we're here, and you know, it's a lot of fun so far. Bearing in mind we're only a couple of hours into it, so you know, I reckon in about 8 hours time we might be saying something slightly different. But anyway.
But as Matt said, the idea of having something that really shows Chimbley as innovators and the history, certainly with the 100th year. Thinking about the Granluce, the first thing that we had to do was find one that we could use. Now there's ones in the Chimbley Museum, but they're kind of getting used and renovated, and a whole new museum has been built, so we couldn't use those. So it ended up that Luigi, who works for the group in Italy's export director, found the guys in Chimbley, Austria, to have a Granluce that we could use. So first of all, we thought, well, we'll have to go to Vienna to pick up the machine, and that's kind of where we're heading. But also Maastricht. I'm going to talk a little bit about Maastricht in a different video. Part of the reason why we're stopping there. But then when we realised that we needed to, or or really, if we're going to do the road trip to pick up the machine, we should give it a bit more purpose and meaning. And so we're going to try wherever possible and just hook up with Chimbly or even Faimi users throughout Europe to experience some great coffee on historical machines, brand new machines from Chimbly as well, and just kind of go through the span of the innovation that Chimbly has put into the coffee world, and hopefully have some exciting stories to go along with that as well.
So we're just we're now counting down for our first stop, because we've both been drinking UK sized coffees, and it's now kind of time to relieve ourselves.
We've not yet figured out what service station is in French, so once Matt's googled and found out the translation, because he's on the laptop there, then we might be able to stop for a rest break, shall we say.
Yeah.
Not
to go to the toilet.
Yeah, not to relieve us.
Anyway, this trip was also sponsored by Haribo, as that is keeping us going and is keeping the camera wedged onto the dashboard. So until we stop again, we'll see you then. Bye.